Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back once again to your continuing coverage of the Defense 2. I'm back after a little bit of a hiatus. Spent a lot of this weekend watching the International 2. It was absolutely fantastically glorious. And then I spent a day recovering because I had gotten pretty much no sleep over those past couple of days since I watched every single game of the International 2, waking up at 2 o'clock in the morning and watching it out till 4 o'clock in the afternoon. It was well worth it. It was awesome. I was actually going to live cast it, but the production values of that tournament were so incredibly high that I felt that there was no point. There was so much. There was no reason not to watch the main stream. They had great commentators. There was a crowd cam that you could hear the crowd. They had the player booth as well as being able to see within the player booth, the analysis desk. So much incredibly great production values, great camera work. There's just no chance of competing, and plus I actually wanted to watch it myself instead of casting it, but I do plan on casting some games from the International 2 due to the fact that I mostly want experience casting Asian teams, because I haven't had much opportunity. It's mostly been Western European teams, pretty much non-Asian teams entirely of the games that I've casted, and the Asian metagame's a bit different. It's a bit more, it's really methodical and precise. They're all about minimizing mistakes. It's really interesting actually. Sometimes it can get a bit boring because they're, you know, one push away from victory, yet they decide to go back and farm, but they're all about perfection, and it's really interesting to watch it all unfold. It's really intricate. So I'm definitely looking forward to casting some of those games, and unfortunately, but jumping straight back into the Defense 2, brought to you and organized by joinDOTA, commentated by Toshley, and sponsored by Razor and BenQ. A few of the replays haven't been working for me, so I've had to skip ahead. We are jumping into the lower bracket finals. The winner of this game will be playing it out against CLG in the best of 5 finals for, I believe, a 7,500 euros, a nice sum of money for the victor of this tournament. This is of course a best of 3, CLG versus Counterlogic Gaming, yeah, that worked out well. CLG versus Mousesports, CLG on the Radiant side, hailing from the land of Sweden, and they will be fighting it out against Mousesports. Team from Germany over on the Dire side. Both of the teams very well known, very well appreciated and respected from within the Dota 2 scene. And the full roster coming in from both sides is reporting in. On the side of CLG, we have Pycat sitting in the captain's chair, followed by Misery, Aki, Miracle, and Lacoste. And on the side of Mousesports, we have Captain 1437, Come With Me, Sing Sing, Black, and Bamboo. Jumping straight into the draft, the first 3 bans to be taken out by Mousesports going to be Chen, going to be Enchantress, and following that up with the Rubik. CLG responding to that with the Lycan, with the Nagasai, and with the Darkseid. The ban's very standard thus far. Haven't really seen first ban Enchantress or Invoker for quite a while. First pick to come in from Mousesports going to be that of Rubik, who is an absolute, if he gets past the banning phase, he's a hero that actually isn't banned that much, but in my opinion is one of the strongest heroes in the game. I think Nature's Prophet is a bit better. Nature's Prophet also not being banned and surviving the first couple of picks, which is definitely a huge surprise. Tinker's going to be the pickup alongside Leshrac for the team of CLG. So we've got some great push, we've got some great global presence once Tinker gets those boots of travel, and Leshrac will provide a nice amount of AoE teamfight synergy and, again, great pushing power in the form of that Diabolic Edict. And Mousesports, they'd be a little bit silly not to secure themselves the Nature's Prophet, because if they don't, CLG will probably pick it up, and this means 2 heroes with global power. This means you try and gank someone, Mousesports will try and gank someone, and then suddenly, out of nowhere, a Tinker and a Nature's Prophet comes in, and maybe some other guy might walk his way towards this ganking spot, this big fight spot. Mousesports are not going to secure themselves Venomancer. Not going to secure themselves that of the Nature's Prophet. They're going to pick up instead a Sand King and a Venomancer. God damn it, I'm tired and haven't casted for ages, but I'll have to deal with it. And there's a Nature's Prophet coming in from CLG. Now this is quite a lot of power. We have a lot of global push, as well as a lot of global defense. Here's the thing, now Mousesports are no longer going to be able to split push. If there's the team of CLG are grouping up and they're pushing one lane, the group of, yeah, that's CLG pushing one lane, one member of Mousesports decides to leave that and try and split push another lane. Nature's Prophet can just press R and then click, and that lane will be gone. Or Tinker can TP in, use March of the Machines twice, and then jump straight back into the fight down bottom with the rest of CLG. Nature's Prophet can do the exact same thing. So giving them Tinker and Nature's Prophet, Mousesports are really going to need to focus those 2 heroes. They're really going to need to shut them down, or else the amount of just pushing power to come out of those two heroes alone might be too much for Mousesports to handle unless they can get a really early advantage and capitalize on that. Or maybe if they pick up some very strong late game heroes and bring it towards that later stage of the game. We'll have to wait and see. Jumping into the second set of bans, we have Mousesports taking out the Silly Bear, with CLG responding to that with an anti-mage. Very understandable for CLG to take out those late game heroes, because right now CLG have a fantastic mid game. Once they get to that stage, I'm not sure if they can be stopped, but in case they are stopped, CLG are taking out again those hard carries, those late game powerhouses, so that if Mousesports do somehow survive the battering that CLG will deliver to them, they won't be able to come back. Brewmaster is going to be the fifth and final ban out in the banning phase for the team of Mousesports, so we're taking out some more initiation out of CLG. We don't have all that too many disables come out of them. We have Split Earth and we have the Sprout, and the Sprout can be negated by a 90 gold item, goes by the name of Tangos. If you're playing against a Nature's Prophet, it's really, really wise to have some Tangos in hand just to break through that Sprout.
Reserve time.
Mousesports want to add to their composition. They've got some counter push, Venomancer. They've got SK, who I would dare say can both counter push and push, although he has to be a little bit careful because he's squishy, but he can just burrow strike in the trees and easily get out. And we've got Rubik, who's going to make things a little bit annoying for CLG. They'll have to be careful about what spells that they use if they pick up a powerhouse such as Tidehunter or Enigma, both of which are still currently in the game. Also, Broodmother is still in the pool, hasn't been banned out. And maybe a team might want to utilize a hero such as that Broodmother. Mousesports going to secure themselves a Storm Spirit. Here is the hero playing that role of the hard carry, the hero that should hopefully be able to bring it back for the team of Mousesports towards the later stages of the game. Now CLG, they could go for more push and try and end it early. They could go for some more, maybe disables to try and have stable team fights and good ganking potential, such as Shadow Demon Leshrac, bleedingly obvious combination. Or maybe they also want to go for a hard carry, just so they can match Mousesports if it does get to that later stage in the game. A lot of the really good carries have been taken out by CLG. Faceless Void is still in the mix, so it seems we're going to go for more team fight potential. We have the Enigma, and this is a lot of power. March of the Machines, we have the rockets to fly out. Leshrac, every single ability of his is an AoE, Nature's Prophet and his ulti, and then we have Enigma with the Black Hole and the Midnight Pulse. If they get caught in a Black Hole, too much of the Machines, Nature's Prophet ulti, and it's going to be incredibly painful. And they might even go full-on AoE teamfight evisceration if they pick up a Tidehunter for himself. They're still in the pool, however this would be very dangerous for CLG because they don't really have a late game. Leshrac and Tinker can, and Nature's Prophet actually, they can get to a very good stage if they have those items, but they will fall off in comparison to someone like a Storm Spirit. Especially Storm Spirit, because it's really hard to lock down. And screw that Ball Lightning spell. And Broodmother's going to be the fifth pickup for the team Mousesports. This is exactly what they need. They need something to counter all of the pushing to come out of CLG. They need someone who is an absolute powerhouse to cause problems for the lineup that CLG has. The problem is, Broodmother's strength lies in the fact that CLG might be off pushing another lane, and then all of a sudden Broodmother's bloody killing your towers, your tier 1 suddenly falls, your tier 2 suddenly falls, and now your barracks is exposed. That's the power of Broodmother, but the problem is CLG have a great counter to that. They have 2 global heroes, so if they're off in a team fight or they're off pushing, 5-man pushing this bottom lane and Broodmother's up at top pushing that one out, Tinker or Nature's Prophet can just TP back to the lane that the Broodmother is pushing, 2 March of the Machines, TP back to base, get the mana up and jump straight back into the team fight. And then suddenly Broodmother's push is completely negated and Tinker can just keep doing that. So in order for this Broodmother to be effective, I'm going to say that they need to focus on primarily shutting down that Tinker. The Nature's Prophet probably won't do as great of a job as stopping a push from the Broodmother, despite that global presence, but the Tinker can, because the March of the Machines will completely destroy all of the Spiderlings. Just 2 marches is all it will take. And then Broodmother has to back off, has to wait for the creeps to come in, has to build up that army of Spiderlings again.
Crystal Maiden.
And Crystal Maiden is going to be the 5th and final pickup for the team of CLG, which is going to give them a bit more ganking potential. Another stun, we've got an AoE slow, we've got an ensnare, which is may as well call it a stun. The problem is we don't really have a solid late game. Mousesports have a fantastic late game in the form of the Storm Spirit. The Counterlogic Gaming, CLG, we have 3 heroes, Tinker, Leshrac, and Nature's Prophet, that can sort of semi-carry. But they will fall off towards the later stages of the game and the Storm Spirit will begin to shine. Now let's have a look at who is playing who. Over on the side of CLG, we have Lacoste playing on the Nature's Prophet, Misery to play as that Tinker Aki, playing as a Crystal Maiden, Miracle to be taking up the role of that Enigma, and then Pycat to be playing as the Leshrac. And then over on the side of Mousesports, we have Sing Sing to play as Rubik. Over in solo mid, we have Black to be playing as a Storm Spirit Bambo to take up the role of that Broodmother Come With Me to play as ESK, and finally Captain 1437 to be playing as a Venomancer. Looking at the lanes, obviously Sing Sing's going to be going solo mid. Looks like Black will be going up top in the safe lane, very understandable. Broodmother could, as to how we proceed from here on out, we could possibly see some sort of tri-lane with Storm Spirit alongside SK and Venomancer. We've got a 50% slow, we have a stun, and we also have another stun to come out of the Storm Spirit, so it could potentially do some damage. And that, of course, leaves the Broodmother down the bottom. We have seen people laning other heroes up with Broodmother. I think SK alongside the Broodmother. I've seen it a couple times before. It works out relatively nicely. Provides a Broodmother with a little bit of extra protection. We'll have to wait and see how it all unfolds. I'd like to see a tri-lane. As to whether or not it would happen, I'm not sure how else they would synergize these lanes. Maybe they'll do something retarded like a Jungle Storm Spirit, which I don't think they're going to do with this set of items. 2 healing salves is pretty crazy though. It makes me think that maybe we're not going a tri-lane, or they pulled him extra regen actually. Not sure. We'll have to wait and see how it exactly all folds out. Over on the side of CLG, how are we looking thus far? Could see Nature's Prophet going the off lane. We could see him in the jungle. Enigma looks like he's most likely going to be taking up the role of the jungle. 4 clarity potions, also going to ward while he's at it. Hopefully the game unpauses within the next couple of moments. Yes, indeed it does. How the lanes unfold, really uncertain about CLG's lanes exactly. Most likely see Tinker solo mid. We could see Crystal Maiden babysit alongside the Tinker, or it seems we're all going to go down south. Looks like we're looking for an early first blood to start off the day, but Mousesports just returning to their normal lanes. And it seems we're going to see tri-lane. Storm Spirit going solo top. That explains the extra regen that he got. I'm thinking that's a lot of regen. You wouldn't need that much regen if you're going into a tri-lane. And seems we're going to see a tri-lane alongside the Broodmother. And this is not exactly something I would have expected to see, but it's something I'm excited to see. Or maybe we're not doing that. Maybe we're just sort of wandering around this area. And these guys are going to rotate somewhere else. The whole team of CLG have gone down south. Are we going to find anyone? Well, the Broodmother's pushing herself far forward. Do we have any form of detection? We do have some sentries, so she could find herself very caught out. Bambo has to be ever so slightly cautious. If they find out her exact position, 1 sentry ward, and bam, she could find herself very caught out. And a very good ward placement this. Catches a rune, spots out all this area around here, prevents any form of ganks to come in from the behind. It's a good ward for either Radiant or the Dire side. And over on the top scene, we're going to see Nature's Prophet taking the off lane. Enigma in the jungle. Over in the mid, we're going to have another pause, and we'll see Leshrac, which leaves Aki alongside the Tinker down bottom. Please no long pause. The only thing I have to say right now, please no long pause. If it is a long pause, I'll just use the art of editing. It really wouldn't be a Dota tournament without these pauses at the start of the game. Admittedly, the International had maybe 1 or 2 pauses at the beginning of the game, which was fantastic. I'm guessing because if they decide to pause randomly and then discuss strats, they'd probably be disqualified because they have the staff sitting behind them, watching their every move and making sure that they're not doing anything sinister. I'm certain that 90% of these pauses at the beginning of games are simply for teams to discuss strategies, and they just make someone disconnect to make it look more authentic. Because it wouldn't why would it happen every time, almost every game, if it weren't for the teams just wanting to discuss strategies and how they will proceed from in on out? It makes no sense that there would be all these problems at the very beginning of a game. No sense. Maybe occasionally, but 90% of games, nuh-uh. It seems Bambo is reconnected to the game, the Broodmother has returned, and hopefully the pause will be had within the next couple of moments. Yes, indeed, come with me yelling out, "Go! Have fun, good luck." He's excited, speaking in all capital letters at the beginning of this game. And the battle begins, as the announcer says. And I have no idea what these two are doing. Maybe they intend on blocking the wave. Ooh, smoke going out, so it looks like we're going to go for some early first blood. Will we catch it out? Well, we have a Crystal Maiden, a very vulnerable and squishy Crystal Maiden, who's sort of lurking about a little bit out of position, but the safety of the tower... Oh, for God's sake. The safety of... Are you serious? Okay, the safety of the tower... Yeah, Misery's right here, the tower's right here. I'm going to edit this. Wait, Bambo is back? Maybe. We'll resume in the next couple of moments. Yeah, I'm just going to pause and skip ahead. 3 hours later, we're finally about to resume. I think that was a 10-minute pause, so thank Christ I paused the game. Jesus. Why? Anyway, it seems everything is functioning as it should be, and we will jump straight into the action. Broodmother has revealed her position, if that weren't already obvious with the webs. There's a little bit of overlap here. Typically, you place the webs a little bit further apart because the fade time, the reveal and fade time means that you can go and you can walk between webs and still be invisible. Miracle's about to get caught out. Venomous Gale to go down. In comes a Burrow Strike, or maybe not. We're just going to deal a couple of right clicks. There's a Burrow Strike. There's a few more right clicks, and this will be first blood for the team of Mousesports. Even Sing Sing diving in deep to try and help out in case they couldn't guarantee the kill. And I love this combination of Come With Me and 1437. These guys, they're not going to be in any particular lane by the looks of it. We're going to be roaming and we're going to be ganking. And this is a great thing to do against the lineup that the team of CLG have. They rely on levels, they rely on farm, and if they get disrupted due to the fact that we have these two roaming bastards killing everyone off at every single opportunity, then they're not going to be getting what they need. They're not going to be getting the farm, they are not going to be getting the levels and items that they need to destroy the team of Mousesports, which they can do with the lineup that CLG currently have. They have a very, very good lineup, especially against what Mousesports is presenting. Once again, I neglected to have the last hits and denies available, and it looks like we're going in for another gank. This is going to be the game of ganks, but the ensnares come down on the Broodmother. The Sentry Ward has been dropped down as well. Half H has been brought down, but there goes the Burrow Strike and Misery. Venomous Gale to roll down. The Crystal Nova doing a big chunk of damage. Laser Beam to fly out. Suddenly Courier, and the Tinker takes a fall. Aki should be able to escape with the safety of the tower. The various members of Mousesports are relatively low in HP after that engagement, and thus probably don't want to dive a tower, especially at this level. The score is currently 2-0. They're ganking the heroes that they need to gank, so they're doing a good job. While we can see they're sort of leading on last hits, at least 2 heroes on the team of CLG are leading on last hits. Doesn't matter because Mousesports have 2 kills and first blood gold. I think my game almost just crashed there. It's just Frats being not the greatest program in the world, despite how goddamn expensive it is. Same with XSplit, both ridiculously expensive, but this isn't the time for talking about that. This is the time for Dota. Nature's Prophet currently going out for 8-2, with the Storm Spirit currently going 10-4. And this Storm Spirit's sort of insurance, which is great, because if this ganking strategy doesn't work out, the Storm Spirit should be able to bring it back if Mousesports can defend against the might of CLG. And we're already looking for a gank, but we need Pycat to get in the right position, and now he's venturing out fourth, but Aki is moving in. Nature's Prophet TPing in. Miracle is here. The Mouth is starting to come down, 1437. He puts down a Gale before he gets taken down. The Edict's doing a large amount of damage, and Come With Me is now in a bad situation. The Edict is whipping down at a very rapid rate, split earth, and the Sprout goes down. And that is the death of the SK. No hope for him. And what looked like, an easy gank just backfired on us, and this is bad for Mousesports. This puts CLG, it almost evens the playing field, and it puts CLG in a great position. Over in the middle lane, we can see Leshrac going 5-0 on the creep score with 15-4. Laning against Rubik is always a hard thing. He can do terrible amounts of harassment in the form of that Fade Bolt, and it makes it really difficult to last hit because of that reduction in damage. And did he just laser beam a Spiderling? I think he just laser beamed a Spiderling. Obviously a mistake, not exactly a good use of mana. Possible gank coming from Lacoste. We can see Come With Me, who has himself a smoke getting into position, and as soon as Lacoste pulls himself a little bit too far forward, he will find himself in a whole world of pain. The smoke is just about to wear off, however, but he is staying on the low ground. In comes the Storm Spirit as well. The Burrow Strike to initiate. No, we're just going to deal a couple of right clicks. There goes the Burrow Strike. The stun coming from the Storm Spirit will be the next thing on the agenda, and this will be the death of Lacoste. Mousesports are doing a great job. We're ganking the heroes that we need to take down. And double damage to be secured up by the Rubik. This is just going to be an annoyance, as well as those additional 3 bottle charges. And we can already see Leshrac not having the greatest time along in the middle lane. Only 8-0 with the Rubik's 18-4. So again, not having the best of time. The Broodmother currently looking 15-5. Has a Soul Ring on its way on the Courier as of this very moment. Venomancer just sitting nearby, chilling out, making sure the Broodmother stays absolutely 100% safe. Leshrac getting a little bit of revenge on Sing Sing there. Just a couple of hits here and there. Miracle moving in, 1437, could find himself caught out. The Venomous Gale, the TP's coming in. Try to find down. Malphus Sun to come down as well. 1437 is looking very dead. Even the rocket supply had a lot of resources dedicated for an easy kill on the Demon Mousesports, on the member of the Venomancer on poor 1437. And CLG is sort of countering all that Mousesports is doing. Mousesports is venturing around ganking. Well, CLG are doing the exact same thing. Pycat's obviously getting caught out just a little bit more. Again, the power of that Fade Bolt, the power of the harassment to come out of that Rubik is an absolute horror to deal with. What did he steal? He stole himself Edict? A Split Earth, which is a great thing to steal. It's a fantastic spell to steal due to the fact that the cast time is it's almost instant. With Leshrac, there's a little bit of a cast time. He has to raise his hooves and then slam them down. With Rubik, he does it effectively instantly.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
Fortification going down already as the team of Mousesports are pushing their way towards this top tower. They are going to deal a little bit of damage. Now they will be able to take it down, but the Storm's moves straight in, the stun to go down, the Burrow Strike to follow it up. A couple of right clicks will be dealt with. The damage be enough. He's going to try and TP himself out, but the damage is too much for the Prophet to handle. Another easy kill for the team of Mousesports, and this could potentially be a tower. Once they clear out the creeps here, once they just kill them all off, they should be able to do some serious damage to that tier 1, maybe even take it down.
Haste!
Where the hell did Pycat's bottle go? Sing Sing being caught out, the Edicts and the Pulse Nova doing a lot of damage. He tries to telekinesis and put him up on the high ground, but he takes a fall far too quickly. There was no escaping from that either, because Pycat had himself a haste rune. Sing Sing could not run from that.
Warriors of the wood.
A fairly even exchange of affairs thus far. I was thinking Mousesports, with their lineup, were capable of dealing out a lot of ganking, a lot of harassment, but the team of CLG are responding to it in a very even manner. Taking Gander at the gold, 500 advantage for the team of Mousesports, with the XP being practically nothing. So this game is still in anyone's hands. All the towers are intact, the kills are even, the XP and gold are virtually the same. Broodmother wants to try and do some damage to this tower. Nice use of the Spiderlings coming down here. We're going to sort of cut them off. We're going to kill them all down. And this will also build us a nice army of Spiderlings, which we can use to further push and deal damage to this tower. Enigma, after being ganked a couple of times, is at level 6, has a Soul Ring, 32 to 1, also has some boots in hand. Currently 25 for 5 on the Nature's Prophet, with the Storm Spirit being 38 to 13 on the creep score, so having a relatively nice job thus far. And that Spiderling army seems to have gotten completely eliminated. I'm guessing it's the power of the March of the Machines coming from Misery. Completely obliterates this creep wave. Mousesports are moving in. They want to get some kills. They want to take down this tower. Causes Nova to go down. The Spiderling wave gets eliminated very fast. In comes the Rockets and the March of the Machines. The Venomous Scale to go down. We've stolen the spell as well. Not sure what we have, but the Ensnare coming from 1437. He takes a fall. The March of the Machines doing loads of damage. And what looked like an easy gank turned into the death for the team of Mousesports. But they do secure themselves a kill. CLG, member of CLG, the Tinker, does take a fall. Meanwhile, Nature's Prophet takes a fall over around the middle lane. And Mousesports, or rather Pycat, is pursuing here on Come With Me. Will he be able to catch him out? The TPs are rolling in. Come With Me could be in a very bad situation in the next couple of moments, but a nice use of the Burrow Strike, that will allow him to get away, but Pycat is continuing on with the pursuit. He wants revenge, he wants some kills. Will he be able to get it? This could be, maybe he's diving too deep. Now the team of Mousesports have turned around, but Pycat is just going to walk away. More TPs are rolling in. Pycat looking, CLG looking to press this issue, do a bit of damage, see what they can do. And no black hole to come out of Enigma. He's been doing, we haven't really had any need for it though. Doing a good job, and the conversions are now fighting it out with the Spiderlings in a somewhat awkward and hilarious battle in a sense. Who will come out ahead, however? I think the Broodmother might, due to the use of the Spiderling charges. Kaboom, out comes Spiderlings, more conversions than you, he utters. We have Lacoste helping out Pycat over in the middle lane. He needs to get some last hits, currently 27 to 5. Nature's Prophet just helping out where he can. Sing Sing currently sitting on 41 to 8, so he's doing very nicely for himself thus far. Broodmother thinking of moving in. Miracles looking very vulnerable. Observer Ward to be placed down. Very nice offensive placement here. Going to see everything that's going on within this region. The Misery's moving in. Suddenly Bambo. Is this a good engagement to be had? We do have it. 2 versus 1, but Miracle's very worried. Malphus Sun to go down, and there goes a black hole, as well as the March of the Machines. Damage is too much, and the Broodmother takes a fall. This was a silly engagement. I don't know why Broodmother pushed on forward to the Enigma because of that black hole. If you can bait out that black hole, it's great, but it's not worth trading for it. You don't trade a life for a black hole. That's what CLG wants to do. They want to kill people with that black hole. Storm's moving in once again, but May found himself caught out. No, he's not actually. I thought it was... Never mind, Lacoste. Irregardless, Lacoste going to take a fall. I saw the minimap. I thought it was actually 2 versus that one Storm Spirit, but I got mixed up. So you're looking for a bit of revenge. Fortification has been dropped a little bit premature, actually. But it is enough to convince CLG to back off and attempt the tower another day. Just going to return to the normal laning for the time being. Come with me, are pushing out this bottom tower. It's getting very low. Mousesports only needing a few more hits. They just need to wait for the next creep wave, and then this tower will be eliminated in a very rapid fashion. However, Miracle coming in to reinforce as best as he can. Meanwhile, the Broodmother has secured a kill on the Tinker over in the bottom lane. Why I missed kills. More TBs are rolling in. The team of CLG do not want to let them get this tower. Will the defense be enough, however? It's getting close to being in deny range, actually. A couple more right clicks. In fact, it's one. This tower's going to be denied. That siege creep, they shouldn't... Yep, that's in deny range right now. I was thinking they shouldn't have been targeting that siege creep so much so they can deny this tower. Meanwhile, the bottom tower has been secured by the team of CLG. The might of the Broodmother is a little bit too much for CLG to handle, and thus Mousesports secure themselves the tower. But CLG want revenge. They're putting out this top lane. We have Burrow Strike to come down. Come with me is getting awfully low. And he does take a fall. The Malphite's done too much for him to deal with. And Enigma alongside Nature's Prophet, a lot of pushing power. We have Treants, we have conversions, we have a lot of push. Black has to be a little bit cautious. Doesn't want to find himself caught out in the same way that the SK was caught out. Middle lane, however, the NB setter comes down. The damage is too much for the Leshrac to handle. However, the SK will pay for it. Trying to jump into the Sandstorm doesn't matter in the slightest. He takes a fall to the power of the Edict from that pulsing, bloodied goat corpse that is the Leshrac. And we also counter ward with that ward, with that sentry ward that we placed down. 2 birds with 1 stone. Even though we didn't actually, it wasn't necessary to get the kill. He died before the sentry ward was placed down. Black currently sitting on 70 to 13, going straight for the Orchid of the Malevolent, not actually electing to go for the Bloodstone at all. Miracle's moving in. Black is very low. Black has to be a little bit cautious. Doesn't want to find himself caught out in the slightest. We'll simply back off to the safety of the tower, but he's not getting farm when he's back here, and he is going to pull the creep wave as a result, kill off these neutral creeps, pull the lane back. Stun just barely being missed by Sing Sing. He wants that rune. Is he going to get it? However, it's going to be a big fight here. Furion thinking of TPing in. The Edict, as alongside the Pulse Nova, is too much for Sing Sing to handle. You can't one-on-one with a Leshrac like this. 1437 trying to help out where he can, and TP's coming in from the Furion. The Sprout has gone down. 1437 is looking in a world of pain right now. The Split Earth to follow it up. Pulse Nova and the Edict, and the damage is absurd. 2 easy kills. A double kill being secured by the Leshrac. A double kill being secured by the team of CLG. That was a lot of mistakes being had by Mousesports, I feel. There's a lot of times where they've just dived in against heroes that they shouldn't. We saw the Broodmother earlier diving in on the Enigma. How did you think that was going to go? We have a black hole available. Miracle will use it to save his life. We saw just then Sing Sing trying to one-on-one with a Leshrac. That is never a good idea. You cannot take on a Leshrac at all because the Edict does absurd amounts of damage. The level 4 Edict, I believe, does something like 1800 damage. You can't do it. You cannot do it. It's a foolish endeavor unless the Leshrac has almost no HP. And even then, you're a daring individual to try and attempt that. And CLG, they picked themselves up a couple of kills. They took the tier 1 tower over the middle lane and they backed off. But the Broodmother's doing work down this bottom lane. The TPs are rolling in to try and save the day, try and protect the tower. Malphite's starting to come down. Bambo should be able to get away, however. The Furion ulti doing loads of damage. Master Machines have come out too. Now, how are we looking? Tinker? Having a relatively good job, having a relatively good time rather, despite getting several ganks on him. The Epicenter's being channeled, but the Black Hole, it's too late. However, the Black Hole and the Epicenter doing damage to both parties, and even exchange of affairs. 1437 coming in, Lacoste TPing in as well. Come with me as he can't Burrow Strike down the bottom lane. He does take a fall, and now Bambo trying to right click down Lacoste. He has popped the Insatiable Hunger. The Pycat moves in. He's doing the damage that he needs to do. The Edict is too much for them to handle. The Furion escapes. Bambo is currently running for his life, trying to guess with a Split Earth. Was not successful with it, however. As Spiderlings, Lacoste still has to be careful. These could take him down if he gets himself caught out, but he will escape to the safety of the tower and simply back off to the fountain. One thing I've noticed is if you don't commentate for like 4 days, you're not very good at it. I need to practice this all day, every day. I've been a little bit caught off by the glory of the International too. It was well worth it though. That tournament was fantastic. If you haven't been watching it, well, 1, something's wrong with you, and 2, you should go watch it. Although it's not going to be as great as it was live, it's still going to be it was amazing. It was amazing. It sucks they're going to have to wait another year for this to happen again. Maybe it doesn't suck, because I do like sleeping, and I didn't get much sleep during the International too. Spent the entire time watching it. You can see the team of Mousesports leading currently on the creep score, but CLG have themselves a couple of more kills. But looking at the gold, 2k advantage for Mousesports, the 1k advantage in the experience department. Gold is a little bit more important, especially considering that gold comes from the extra towers that the team of Mousesports have secured for themselves, and towers equals map controls. Simple as that. It also means farming is a little bit less safe for the team of CLG, and farming is definitely something that they want to do for themselves. Possible unification to go on with this middle lane. We have Miracle alongside Aki, and not too far away we have the Closp, but this top lane is getting pushed out. Pycat moving in to try and save the day, which he should be able to do, but he has to be careful. Storm Spirit could jump straight in, come with the stun. Here we go, there goes the stun. SK moving in, following it up with a Burrow Strike, but the Edict damage and the Pulse Nova damage is too much, and both of them are forced to back off. Furion TP's in to assist as well. Come With Me could find himself very dead. Nice uses the Sandstorm, but he gets caught off by the Edict because of that. Trying to use the one as best as he can, and Burrow Striking out, but it does not matter in the slightest. An easy kill for CLG on the SK. Being picked up by Lacoste, the Nature's Prophet. It's the Shrek, man. Level 2 Pulse Nova, level 4 Edict. It's a lot of damage. Misery trying to do what he can. Much the machine's going to prevent Broodmother from pushing in any further. But Miracle are pushing out this top tower. The Edict is going to melt it. The HP drops within a matter of seconds. Fortification is available, but the team of Mousesports don't even have the time to use it. And CLG have no reason to stop. They can just keep pushing. They can take a tier 2 unless the team of Mousesports roll in to defend. Maybe they'll want to go for a trade. We can see Broodmother down the bottom here working up that army. But that issue that I brought forward before, Furion just can TP in. Tinker can just TP in and absolutely save the day. Black almost getting caught out. A bit of right clicks to be dealt, but will be able to ball lightning his way to safety. The rest of Mousesports looking to get in position. Orchid of the Malevolence being secured here by the Broodmother. And we have double Orchid being picked up by the team of Mousesports. Not something I exactly expected to see. And it seems both sides are going to back off. TP's rolling into this bottom tower just to clear out this creep wave. The Broodmother is currently nowhere to be seen, hiding it out in the jungle, just getting a little bit of farm in their jungle, I might add. And both teams just having a bit of downtime at this moment, neither one particularly pushing in on anything. And from here on out, I'm liking the way Mousesports are looking, but I'm also liking the way CLG are looking. I think that Mousesports in this game could have been completely domineering if they had just been a little less aggressive and had just been a little bit safer and careful. Because we've seen several deaths coming from Mousesports, which were 100% unnecessary. We're currently going in Pycart's TP's rolling in to try and save the day. The Edict, the Split Earth just barely missing this time, and Bamba will be absolutely fine. However, we have to be careful of the detection because there are 3 of them and there's 1 of him. And 3 can easily take down Broodmother no matter how powerful said Broodmother is. And then we're going to work this way. Next item on the agenda is going to be that of the BKB. We have the mechanism, and BKB is really good pickup because you can't be silenced, you can't be stunned, unless they have, of course, a stun that goes through the BKB, which they do not. The BKB will work out very nicely indeed. Tinker's next item on the agenda going to be that of 4-staff. How does Broodmother want to proceed from here on out? We've got the Treads, we've got our Orchid. BKB is a possibility. We could maybe go... I mean, there's a whole assortment of items that we could go for next on the Broodmother. And the Shrek looking to be picking up, could be a Bloodstone, could be Aghanims. That point booster could build into either one. Have to wait and see what his next item of choice will be. Taking a gander at the gold graph, it's starting to balance out, but there's a fairly significant XP advantage for the team of CLG. I would say, as I was mentioning before, that Mousesports could probably be worlds ahead if they were just a little bit safer about everything. If they hadn't made those mistakes and died unnecessarily, I think that they'd be very far ahead. But now the scales are relatively even. Mousesports, even tower-wise, it's still fairly even. In fact, it's pretty much identical. But the problem is, I don't think CLG can afford to have it be identical. They've got a lineup that really capitalizes in the mid-game. It really starts to show focus and just starts to completely destroy the opposition. And the Mousesports are holding on. They're having a perfectly fine job. And this Storm Spirit is going to make me miss kills. Leshrac gets an easy kill on the SK right there. Edict, getting a stun. No hope for him and dies in a very rapid manner. Double damage in hand for Rubik, pops it off and secures. What perfect timing on that, and picks himself up in invisibility. Bambo continuing to farm out the jungle. Looks like CLG may be looking at trying to go on him, or maybe not. He has a big army of spiderlings that could easily take down this tier 2, but the Tinker and 2 marches will be enough to stop it right in its tracks. What did we steal? We stole Edict. Edict indeed. I swear to God, the Split Earth and Edict, they look very similar, don't they? It's just Leshrac and his color scheme. Very similar. Looks like we're going to go straight for a Bloodstone, next item on the agenda for the Storm Spirit. On Bambo, well, we've got 2,000 in the bank, and our options, as I mentioned before, are very open. See this marching machines that obliterates this creep wave, it will do the exact same thing to the Spiderlings. And as a result, we can't really capitalize on the effectiveness on the Broodmother, because all we have to do is TP down there, and then double march. Lacoste being caught out, being forced to TP out because of the silence coming in. Will the damage be enough? It will not. He does just barely escape. In comes the Malphasum coming in on Broodmother. The silence will land down on Aki. Furin is seeping back into the action, but the Tinker's trying to join the fray. The black hole comes down. He's got to TP straight into a black hole. No, it will not. And a lot of resources being dedicated, but the resources were enough, and 1437 might pay for it as well. Also, I got confused. I thought Tinker was on the other team for some reason because I'm retarded. Never mind. He finally stopped the Broodmother right in the tracks. Not going to have that Tinker TP back down to this bottom lane every 2 minutes or so to stop the push. Sing Sing has his Blink Dagger already. Went straight for a Blink Dagger instead. Typically you'd see Yules first, but he's just getting the Void Stone, get a bit of mana regeneration, and then go straight for that Blink Dagger. TPs are rolling in. We want to defend this bottom tower, maybe even get a couple of kills in the process. But alas, no such thing will happen. March of the Machine is going to clean everything up, and the team Mousesports will simply wander away back to where they wish to be, which is a safety of their sort of side of the base. Mousesports are having a pretty good time in the farm department. 163 last hits for the Broodmother, 145 for the Storm Spirit. And I'm not liking the way things are looking for CLG, because the 2 big powerhouses for Mousesports are getting to a powerhouse state. They're getting a lot of farm, they're getting their items up. And CLG don't really have anyone that can contest with, say, a Storm Spirit. We've got people that can semi-carry, no one that I would describe as really being a hard carry, however. And the Storm Spirit can be difficult to lock down with things like a Sheep Stick or Silence because of that annoying as hell ball lightning. You can just do it too fast for you to try and lock him down. Okay, come out. We're looking for some easy gold. Are we going to find it, however? Doesn't look like we have anyone nearby. Where's the Broodmother buggered off to? Oh, it's currently going for Roshan. CLG should know about this. We've got some wards up. We're not smoking in. We should have an idea of what's going on, but maybe we don't. Roshan is actually 100% fine. The damage from Broodmother is not enough. The Insatiable Hunger will pop off in the next couple of moments. Hopefully deliver enough damage to bring her HP back to where it needs to be, but she's getting awfully low. A couple more right clicks will do it. What is Bambo doing? Has to be really careful as of this moment. Roshan's HP is absolutely fine. In the middle tower, for the team of CLG is being pressured. The Broodmother's forced to back off. Use the Insatiable Hunger on the Ancients here. Bring her HP back to where it needs to be, and CLG are moving in. We want to fight the engagement. We've already weakened the Roshan, and if CLG win this team fight, it would be very devastating for Mousesports, but both sides are going to back off. Neither wish to engage at this current moment. Enigma steadily working his way further and further towards that BKB. But Leshrac is indeed going for a Bloodstone, not Aghanim. Bloodstone is the item on the agenda for him. BKB is indeed going to be the next pickup for the Broodmother. So BKB is coming out all round. And of course, for those who don't know, BKB means Black King Bar. It is an item that gives magical immunity for about 10 seconds. But every time you use it, the cooldown is reduced and the duration is reduced. So it starts at 10 seconds, and then Korea gets sniped by the Storm Spirit. It starts at 10 seconds, then it moves down to 9 seconds, and the cooldown is also reduced. And then it goes 8 seconds, it caps off at 5. So the more you use it, the less useful it becomes. Bloodstone being secured here by the Storm Spirit. And we're attempting Roshan for a second time and should be able to take it down relatively easy, especially with the assistance of these Plague Wards. Roshan takes a fall. Blink Dagger secured by the SK, and Aegis of the Immortal picked up by the Broodmother. And I'm really surprised CLG didn't ward this area a bit better, because they knew that something like this would happen. They absolutely knew something like this would happen. I don't know what that's about. Maybe it's because we had 10 minutes of pause, and that's actually... I don't know. I have no idea. As the appearance go down, we have been dusted, but Broodmother is far too far away for them to actually commit to this, especially with the assistance of Sing Sing moving in. He also has his Yule Scepter secured for himself. CLG want to press the issue. We want to take down this last remaining tier 1 tower for the team of Mousesports, and with all of this push we should easily be able to do it. But look at this, SK waiting in position, has his epicenter, has his blink dagger, a lot of damage to potentially be dealt. Midnight Pulse to go down, fortification has been dropped, the trees have been cleared, giving, this is really smart, giving the SK a little bit better positioning, and CLG are going to back off. They're probably well aware that the SK can deal some serious damage to the composition of Mousesports, and they want to stay back. What the hell? Meanwhile, middle lane, people are dying. How the... Must have just ball lightninged away. Will the Shrek wants a bit of revenge? Furin TPing in? Maybe the answer to that is no, they're not going to commit on this. And a visibility rune pops out right next to him. I just hate missing kills, don't I? Come with me takes 4 by the Crystal Maiden of all things. Venomous Scale to go down. Bambo coming around and focus down the Miracle. He has been silenced. He won't be able to get the Black Hole. The silence is worn off. Will he get it off? No, he will not. He does get taken down. And the Crystal Maiden also melts the might of Mousesports. Mousesports are now looking very great thus far. We're getting kills. We're taking down towers. This tier 2 tower has been taken down. This tier 2 tower is probably the next tower to be taken down, especially with 3 members of CLG being out of the action as of this moment. And we have a BKB and an Aegis of the Immortal being secured here by the Broodmother. And this is the death of this tier 2 tower. Without a doubt. There's nothing that CLG can do to defend this. Well, maybe we're not going to commit on it. No, we're coming in from the behind. 1437 wants to get that superior positioning. Nice ward placement coming down here as well. March of the Machine's going to make life a little bit more difficult for Mousesports, however, and they might actually hold on to this tower. Doesn't look like the Broodmother wants to commit because these Spiderlings will get nuked, completely obliterated by one March of the Machines. Dawn Spirit is thinking of it. He's thinking of it, but you have to be careful. It is a Leshrac. He has an Edict. He has a Pulse Nova. He can deal a lot of damage, but he wants to commit. Black is moving for it. He's seeing TP out. Will he get stun time? He does indeed. Then goes to Static Realm. Then it's in comes the right-click damage. The Orchid of Malevolence to come down as well. Furin thinking of TPing in the end, deciding to cancel it. The damage is indeed enough. It took a while, but the Split Earth to come down. Will it be enough for him to get away? The Edict's doing loads of damage to Black, but he does eventually get the kill on the Leshrac. It almost cost him, however. If Furin had TP'd in there, I don't think Black would have survived, and I think it would have been a kill for CLG. But they got to help down this bottom lane, man. Misery is being caught out. A lot of damage being dealt. Dust has been popped off. We're trying to take down the Broodmother. We successfully do it indeed, but the Aegis is available. Malphus stun to come down on 1437. He will most likely be taken down. Bambo should be able to successfully escape. One more right click will do it. Trying to juke between the trees. Doesn't matter in the slightest because of the Midnight Pulse. Bambo hiding it out with some tactical superior positioning. Is he going to move in on this? He is indeed. He has a BKB available, and in comes the epicenter to come in from the SK. The damage is absurd. However, the mech almost negates all of it. Furin going to TP out the right-click damage BKB, as well as the Orchid going to take down Miracle in a very rapid manner. Sing Sing moves in as well alongside Black. Every single member of Mousesports is here. And so, oh, bloody hell. And the Broodmother picks herself up a double kill. And from here on out, the Tinker is not going to find himself in a great situation. You'll have to try and engage the laser beams to fly and make life a little bit more difficult, but Pikecat is moving in. This could be the death of Broodmother, but a nice Burrow Strike to come out of Come With Me. With his couple of spells stolen, telekinesis to go down. One more right click will do it. Bambo will be fine thanks to the use of that insatiable hunger. Counter Split Earth to come down. Lacoste, one stun to come out of the Storm Spirit, and team wipe. Team of CLG completely taken off the map by Mousesports, and this could potentially be a very easy game 1 for them. The composition that I thought would have dominated towards this stage of the game, Mousesports picked their heroes very well, and they picked a composition that can do ganking that they pretty much prevented CLG from getting to that stage, that snowball stage that they wanted to be, that they thought they would be able to achieve with their team composition in mind. Broodmother, next item on the agenda going to be that of a Manta style. And Broodmother's looking very happy with herself. We take a quick gander over to the gold. We're closing in on a 10k advantage for the team of Mousesports, and the experience department has tipped all the way back down to, again, almost a 10k advantage. TPs are rolling towards this middle tower. We want to try and save it as best we can, and Pikecat alongside Misery with Aki joining the mix as well should be enough to save the day for the time being. And Leshrac looking to be getting a BKB next. Possibly Aghanim's either is an option, but BKB would really help him out. And Enigma still hasn't got his BKB, but he is just 100 gold off it. So once he gets that, we'll probably see some sick black holes to come out of CLG. And we're currently going in on the Broodmother with a Split Earth and land down. We don't have any form of detection, but I'm certain someone here has a dust of some kind. That move's moving in, the epicenter comes down as well, and Pycat gets baited into an easy kill for the team of Mousesports. And they've not stopped here, they're going to continue pushing forward, they have no reason to not to. Mouth is starting to come down, the Broodmother, the BKB has popped off, the Insatiable Hunger has gone down as well, the right clicks are being dealt. We also have the Orchid of the Malevolence to come available, so we will not get the Black Hole off. There goes the Burrow Strike, not even needing the Orchid. One more right click will do it. Misery trying to do what he can. Dust of Appearance have gone off, but Aki is going to be right clicked down by this ganking duo, and Misery needs to TP out. He needs to TP out right now, and thankfully, the Burrow Strike is not on cooldown, and he does not get away in an easy kill. The team of Mousesports in the ultra kill for the Broodmother. The GG being called out by the team of CLG. They know that they cannot come back from the situation that they've had just disconnecting from the game. And the game 1 to be secured by Mousesports. The winner of this game, remember, these are the lower bracket finals, or the winner bracket finals. I don't know, but whoever wins, I think it's the loser bracket. So whoever wins this game will be fighting it out against a team of Complexity in the final for 7,500 euros. All the disconnects have been had. All we have to do is either kill the throne or maybe wait for Enigma to disconnect, which will of course result in the throne dropping within the next 12 seconds or so. And there we go. Just wait for it. 10 seconds, or maybe 8. We go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Maybe not. Nope. Yeah, I was really wrong. It'll happen eventually. Eventually. Still waiting for it, god damn it. Just go kill the cowards. Fine, Ancient. How are you still standing? You should have taken a fall. There we go. It actually took a lot longer. I think it was more like 30 seconds to a minute. Nevertheless, this has been CLG going up against a team of Mousesports in lower bracket finals for the Defense 2, for joinDOTA's the Defense 2, with Mousesports taking up the first game. Will they be able to take the second and clean up CLG 2-0, or will CLG bring it back in the next game and force a third game out? We'll have to wait and see. Ladies and gentlemen, my name has been Toshley. I'll see you next time.